fact, he will not give a day on a termination date when it comes to abortion. And he's with Joe Biden every step of the way, even though he wants to run the other direction at this moment because he's so remarkably unpopular in Georgia today. You are still very popular in Georgia, Mr. Speaker. Thanks so much for the quality time.
Thanks.
All right.
Glad to be with you.
You got it. Meanwhile, straight ahead on this show, a lot more show. The Washington Senate battle is heating up. Tiffany Smiley has a real good shot at unseating 30-year Democrat incumbent Patty Murray, all while taking on corporate interest. And still to come on this very show on One Nation, Biden's border mess is spiraling out of control, and the administration still ignoring the facts. Texas Congressman, a Democrat, Henry Cuellar, will not let them escape reality. And even later in the show, John Crist, America's funniest guy. Sadly, it's not me. We'll have a chance to duel with him. I'll have to take him on. I hope I survive.
It's not about to.
I ain't praying for that. You know, 'cause I love Jesus, but like, I'm not praying for your sick cat, okay? I'm sorry. Dog, maybe, okay?
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all?
Every year, we say we'll wake up earlier, exercise more, really rest, and eat healthier. It's hard for us, but for dogs, not so much. Dogs are up at dawn, run for fun, sleep like champs, and they love eating fresh, healthy food every single meal. Give your dog another healthy habit. Real fresh food from the Farmer's Dog. Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/radio.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need. Indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest. Sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Hey, Santa Clara County sports fans. The new Omicron booster is here and available for everyone 12 and older. Remember that kids can get really sick with COVID, and the effects can be serious and long-term. You can't be at the top of your game when you're super fatigued. So keep your athletes safe this fall and winter with this important booster. And of course, wear a high-quality mask whenever you're inside with lots of people. Visit sccfreevax.org or call 211 to make your booster appointment. Stay healthy and stay in the game.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
5 inches of rain by tomorrow.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
When I got my first real apartment, I decided to invest in a good mattress. No more futons for me. Sleep World had lots of quality options I could afford, which is great because I use it for everything. Desk, dining table, sofa. I'd call that a good investment. Daylight savings time is a great reminder to rotate your mattress or replace it and save up to $600 on select mattresses at Mancini Sleep World. Find your perfect night's sleep at any one of our Bay Area locations or visit sleepworld.com.
Make a difference as a nurse at Vitas Healthcare and earn a lump sum payout after your first year. With our new Difference Maker program, team members who care for patients at the bedside will be rewarded for their commitment with a lump sum payout after they reach their 1-year anniversary. Eligible positions include RNs, admissions RNs, LPNs, LVNs, and team managers. To earn your lump sum payout after your first year, apply today at careers.vitas.com.
Welcome back. The Senate race in Washington may be one of the state's most important in recent history and maybe for the country. You got homeless encampments overtaking parks, schools in major cities like Seattle running rampant with criminals all in and around them. The blue state is in a desperate need for change. And Republican Senate candidate Tiffany Smiley is looking to do just that in a very Democratic state, closing the gap against a 30-year incumbent, Patty Murray. She's used to winning, but she's never come against somebody like Tiffany Smiley. Candidate Smiley joins us now. Tiffany, welcome. Right now, according to the recent poll, Trafalgar poll, You're within the margin of error of Patty Murray. How do you explain this?
Well, we have the winning message. We're telling the truth. We're addressing the issues that are facing Washington families every single day. I have been at this for 18 months. I've been in all 39 counties in Washington state, many of them multiple times, listening to the voters and listening to their concerns. Number one is the cost of living, crime, and crime is continuing to surge. We have homeless encampments. We have people on drugs walking around our streets with no plan and no hope in sight. We have solutions to these issues, and that's exactly why you're seeing these polls tighten, because we have been sharing our message on the airwaves and all over Washington state. People are ready for change, and we have a plan to turn crisis into hope for all of Washington.
So your husband lost his sight fighting wars for us. He was honored at the Seattle Seahawks game. He was able to get that 12th man honor, and that video is something your family will never forget. You included it in an ad. And what was the reaction from the Seattle Seahawks?
Well, Brian, it's really heartbreaking to see, we're not just taking down Patty Murray, we're taking down these corporate woke allies who've insulated her and covered her from any tough questioning or holding her accountable. My husband's wearing the Seahawks jersey in a game day ad where I'm talking about the rising cost of food, and you barely see the jersey or can barely make out the Seahawks logo because he's sitting on a high back couch for 1 or 2 seconds, and they sent me a cease and desist letter. Yeah, it is absolutely unbelievable. It's everything that's wrong with our country right now. Patty Murray is all about dividing and conquering. That is not why our country is great. Our country is great because we are more alike than we are different. And when we come together, we can find solutions that directly impact people's lives for the better. Our family has certainly seen that in our own lives, and that's exactly what I will do for Washington state.
I mean, this is service. Your husband already shown service, and he goes back in, despite losing his sight, goes back into serving again. You have 3 kids at ages in which they like having their parents around, 15, 13, and 9. Your youngest told you, Mom, you better win. What was it like when you told them? What has the process been like looking at yourself and trying to win for your party, and also wondering how your kids feel about being in the spotlight?
Our 3 boys have lived a very unique life. Scotty's never seen them. They were all born after he was blind, so he's never seen our beautiful children's faces. But they had a dad who nothing was impossible. He was completely blind, but yet active duty in the military. We moved all over the country. Our 3 boys, we had to explain to them why Scotty is blind, why their father is blind, and it's a really hard conversation. But there's military children all over this country who know that freedom is not free. They understood at a very young age that another human being tried to kill their father, and instead of killing their father, that suicide bomber took his eyes. So our 3 boys know exactly what our family is doing. They know we are standing up and fighting for their future. And in fact, before I even got into this race, we asked all of them, about this, and I wanted their approval. Those 3 boys, I'll never forget my middle son. He was unsure, and rightfully so. And the next morning, he came out of his room and he said, Mom, you have to do it. And even sweet Baylor, my 9-year-old, who, he does miss me a lot. But when I kissed him late at night and he said, you're probably leaving again early in the morning, right, Mom? And I said, yes, I am. And he just looked at me and said, you better win. Right. So they know what we're fighting for, and this is service over self, Brian. This is country over party. This is about doing what's right, and we teach our boys, when you can stand up and do what's right for others, you always do it.
Well, if you win, tell them they're going to get used to the Smithsonian. I'm sure you're going to have them walking through all those Washington area museums, because you'll have 2 locations going a lot of miles for the country, trying to make history, winning in a very Democratic state. Tiffany Smiley, you've gotten everybody's attention. Best of luck, and thanks so much for your family of service.
Yes, and anyone can join us at Smiley for Washington. This is about our great country and our children for generations to come. Thank you, Brian.
Best of luck, Tiffany Smiley. Thanks. Meanwhile, we forge ahead. History made in Italy as a female prime minister is chosen for the first time. Now she's got to form a government. Next, Ambassador Nikki Haley joins us to talk about leadership lessons for the new conservative wave taking over Europe What happened here, and what about her running for the highest office? Still to come on this show, America's top issues are more than important than ever. We're going to break down what you care about most. Crime's one.